It's a brisk monsoon evening, afternoon. It's 4:44 in Mumbai, and today is the high intensity leg day. What can I say about leg days? Aren't they just the best? I remember last year not just last year, so many years that I've been doing this. In the last 3 years, I have skipped so many leg days, and ever since I've been on high intensity, I have skipped not even a single leg day. Most importantly, I haven't skipped any of my calf sessions. That's the impact that you experience when you move your training to random numbers to definite objectives. Before I talk about the leg day, there are some variations, some changes that I want to bring. Before I talk about that, I do want to continue on a kind of a mini series that I started from last video, where I want to talk more deeply about the book that changed my life, the high intensity training Mike Mentzer way. And I want to shed light on some of the foundational concepts and ideas that Mike Mentzer laid out in that book, which has helped me internalize the idea behind high intensity training and the conviction behind the method and my own experience with it. So in the last series, I talked about the principle of identity, which lays the most foundational axiom to high intensity training, where the answer to the question, why can't a rock fly, is that because it has an identity. The reason fish cannot do calculus, because the fish is not a mathematician. It does not even have the intellectual faculty to do something like that. So things are of the nature they are, and they cannot act against it. A is A. And we came to a profound conclusion. If A is A, it means muscle is muscle, and there has to be one objective, rational system, method, theory behind building bigger muscle. Because the way muscle reacts to things is set in stone. It's universal. Nobody can ever tell you, hey, what works for me might not work for you. It's the same reason why medicines work. So Mike Mentzer beautifully comes to a conclusion in his first principle of identity that there must be one method that does that. And that's how he starts with the second principle, which is the principle of intensity. You could argue perhaps this is the most important principle to understand high intensity training. If you think training hard means slogging through 6 days a week of high volume splits, you've been lied to. Because hard training isn't about how long you're in the gym. It's about how much of yourself you can actually summon in the moment that matters. Again, coming back to this, here's what I'm doing with this series. I'm giving you the real no bullshit foundation for logical, effective, time-efficient muscle building, aka high intensity training. This isn't for the crowd that wants to live in the gym or feel good about grind. It's for people who want results. It's for people who want to engineer their transformation with intensity, rationality, and precision. So let's talk about intensity. This is a quote from Mike. He says, carrying a set to a point where you are forced to utilize 100% of your momentary ability is the single most important factor in increasing size and strength. Intensity isn't how tired you feel after the gym. Although, if you have seen the vlogs, if you have seen the intensity with which I work out, I definitely feel tired, and I have never felt as tired, as exhausted of my resources ever in like any of my previous high volume days. When I used to work out 5-6 days a week, I used to feel fatigued but not internally tired, because in the back of my head I was always reserving that all-out energy resource that I have to produce intensity, because I gotta do this tomorrow as well, and I did it yesterday as well, and I gotta do it perpetually for the rest of my life, every freaking day, like a beast of burden. But going on a tangent, intensity technically isn't about how tired you feel after the gym. It's about pushing a set so hard that you literally cannot do another rep with good form even when you want to. It's that last seemingly impossible rep that forces your body to adapt, because that rep taps into your reserve ability, your body's last defense. Your body doesn't give up its resources easily. It's designed for survival, not vanity. Here's the problem most people don't see. High volume, mindless number chasing splits actually block you from intensifying your workouts safely and effectively. You can't hit true failure if you've already spent half of your mental resources on sets that do not move the needle. You can't hit true failure if you've already spent half your mental and physical resources doing pointless sets disguised as work. Intensity is a skill. Training to failure isn't reckless, it's a practice that demands a fully recovered system. Your mental system, your physical system, your spiritual system, your glycogen reserves, your willpower. It's a lot of things that is taken from you when you try to reach true failure. And as you get stronger, that point only goes up. If you are a complete beginner and intermediate, you would not truly understand it yet, how difficult it is to reach true failure, because you are, for all intents and purposes, weak. You are the weakest that you are in your entire life right now, and you want to get stronger. You also require a deep mind-muscle connection, perfect form, and respect for recovery protocols that may involve 4 to 7 days. The more intense you get, the more time you need to recover from it. That's the foundation. That's the logical foundation of high-intensity training. You can't do that if you are training 6 days a week on some mindless split built around worshipping volume instead of effectiveness. Listen carefully. Yes, people have built muscle on high volume training. That proves nothing about its superiority. There are two pathways up this mountain, and I love this analogy. One is a long, winding trail. It's uneven. It's filled with plateaus and false summits. Most people burn out or get stuck halfway. That's the high volume approach. Worse, they mistake their limits of that method to their own natural limits. When they can't break through with sheer volume, they assume it's their genetics failing them, and they hop on gear to chase the goals they set for themselves. The other is like an elevator, built on logic, rationality, and intensity. It's shorter, direct, it requires less time, but asks for more courage. Most people don't choose the elevator, which is crazy. Why would you not choose the elevator? And I have a theory, because the reason that is, there were a sequence of unfortunate events in the decade following the golden era of bodybuilding. There was a cultural push to enigmify muscle growth, making it seem like it was only for the serious meathead crowd who could live in the gym 6 days a week, consuming protein by the kilos. But hey, it's just a theory, a film theory. But I'm convinced a big part of the blame lies with the still suboptimal but not entirely negative responses an enhanced body has to high volume. People on steroids dominated the field. Their recovery juiced beyond natural limits, making high volume seem like the truth, when in reality, that advice will never work for the natural lifter in the same way. And let's get brutally honest here. Much of the high volume advice you see online comes from people who fast track the recovery with steroids. Steroids don't just help you grow, they dramatically reduce the recovery time required between intense workouts. Their advice hardly works for the natural lifter, not in the most efficient way at least. If you're natural, your recovery is your bottleneck. You can't shortcut biology with more sets. You respect it by structuring your training around intensity and the recovery it demands. Mike puts it perfectly. Any exercise carried on beyond the least amount required to stimulate an optimal increase is not merely a waste of effort, it is actually highly counterproductive. More is not better. More is just more. What matters is enough and your ability to brutally do enough. It's not easy to do enough, but at least you do it. So think about it. Are you in the gym to chase numbers on a piece of paper or to break your own limits? Because if you are there to break your own limits, brother, you got changes to do to your split. In part 2, intensity isn't just a word, it's the cost of real lasting transformation. And that's it with principle of intensity. I mean, I can never do as good a job as Mike himself did in his writing. So I'll highly recommend going through the book, The High Intensity Training Mike Mentzer Way, and just read it. You must have a curious bone. You must have some level of curiosity as to why you're still watching this. There is perhaps truth which has been hidden for a long time, and it's only for your curious faculty to lead you there, experience it for yourself, and then change your beliefs. And especially if you're a natural lifter and you want to make serious gains, you need to focus more on intensity and recovery. Recovery being the next foundational principle we'll talk about in the next vlog. With this mini series, I'm hopefully able to make a case for high intensity training, reading Mike's literature and my own experiences and my own adaptation to high intensity training. And I'm excited to see what's next, what's gonna happen. And I hope you guys tag along on the journey, and we'll see what's what. And I will see you guys at the gym. leg day. This is the most important section of the vlog where I talk about my last leg day and also how I evolve or how I want to evolve my exercises with high intensity training. Basically do everything that is needed to be done to be as efficient as I can with my training. There are some changes that I want to make my leg session. I've noticed one thing, and you will see this in the vlogs as well. On the leg extension, even after I go to my concentric failure, my eccentric failure takes a long time. And there comes a point where I'm like, I have to do the squats. I have to do the squats. I'm not able to completely commit to my leg extensions. I want to reduce the volume on my quads, the sessions, and just do the leg extension. And I just want to see how it is going to feel like. And another theory that I have is when I do the squats as the superset, a lot of my hams get involved, and that takes away from my effectiveness on the lying leg curls. So I want to try doing the extension on its own, and after my concentric failure I will go to static contraction on the leg extension and just try to hold it for as long as I can. Say 20 seconds, 25 seconds. If I feel like I can do another rep like that, another 10-20 second hold, I'll go for it. And I feel like that eccentric failure that I do is very dependent on a spotter. Like if you don't have a spotter, you cannot really fail on the eccentrics. So that's not really great. I don't want to do high intensity training only when I have a partner. There will be times when I do not have a gym partner and I want to be able to still reach my failure thresholds. So I think static contraction is a beautiful technique to add instead of the eccentric failure, to just go on the static hold and just, it's more effective on the resource consumption, and I think it just gives you a better bang for the buck. Let's try to do that. Last time my extensions, I went up to 90 kilos, 17 concentric. I tried to push for 20 and then the static contraction. No front squats today. Then the lying leg curls, 65 kilos. We'll keep it at 65, try to reach 20, because I think mentally if I don't do these squats, I have much fresher hamstring. The entire posterior is just fresh there to get to failure with my leg curls. So we'll try to go for 20. Last time I could only do 12 on 65 kilos. And then the calf raises, 70 pounds, we did 12. Let's try to push for 20 again here. Right, so that will be the entire leg set, and let's go warm up on the leg extensions. Yeah, that feels good. You know the drill, you move up and wait till we start doing our working set. That's how you tell your muscles basically that this is what's gonna happen. So now I'm going up to 80 kilos. I'll put it in. Oof. I'm so scared. Scared is the wrong word. Excited. Come on. I got one more.
Up. I want to.
Nope. Fuck.
Like that.
Yeah, that's it. No. Help. Chod. Last.
Two more like that.
Oh my God. Leave.
Don't give up. Up. One last.
I can't.
Come on, this is the last one.
Leave.
Done. One last and you're done.
Leave. Wow. First reactions from just doing the leg extension. I was able to give my 100% to this workout. I feel less tired and fatigued compared to when I did the superset, but I feel like my quads are even more burned. I got a higher throughput on my quads. I feel like I'm gonna do it this way for the next coming some months and see what that does to my quads. The static felt so good. I think it's just that on the static, kind of did a rest pause style static contraction where I did the static, it goes down, give me 5 seconds, goes back, and that was really good. That was really beautiful, and I was only able to do that because I did not have a squat to look out for. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna give it my all. And I think that precision to just quads is really fucking working, and we'll see how the lying leg curls respond to, because I got more in me right now, so we'll test it out. Help, 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 help. Help. Leave. Up. Leave. Chop. Nope, nope, nope. I'm done. Creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. That was the line leg curls as well. The static felt so good. I can literally barely stand on my legs. They feel so sore. The next is calf raises and you're done for the day. Done for the legs. That's it. That's all you gotta do. So on the calf raises, last time we had 70 pounds, 12 concentrics. Let's try to aim for 15. And I think I don't need a lot of warm up, but let's just give it some anyways. You know the drill. This is my most favorite exercise of all time. It's not much of the work. A lot of benefits. That stubborn carbs. Let's take on the right. Just your legs. Make sure it's the exact calf muscles that are involved. Slow. Feel the static, eccentric and the eccentric. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We don't need to waste. How many reps was that? How many reps do I gotta do?
What'd you do?
I gotta do 12 concentrics. That's the last time. Let's try for 15. Come on.
More like that.
Fuck.
One last like that and you're done.
Help. I'm not able to lift it. Leave. Help. Up. Don't leave. Wait. Leave. Up. Last. Don't leave it. Wait. Leave. Up. That's it. Up.
Good.
The static on the calf raises is just a game changer. There's no way we are not doing static at the end of, I think, all of these exercises, especially calf raises. You completely stretch it. ये जो गोला बनता है ना, in that you put the weight on and then just hold it.
Question. When you do this calf raises,
Yeah.
do you go below the average? Below the.
I go
below
as
the
deep.
range?
I go as deep as I
And
can
then
feel
from
my
there
calves.
you push with no momentum, right?
No. I mean, at the end, I might have a little bit of jerk because it's just impossible to move the weights. But normal rep, it's just completely stop and then up. Stop. There is no jerk. But at the end, you have some reps where I just try to jerk a bit because it's impossible to lift it otherwise, which is fine.
Gotta go down then.
But at this position, you go like this, and then you can even stretch even further to completely contract your muscle. And the weight is here, and then you just hold it. You consciously contract it and you hold it, and then it just tires out your calves. And you don't need to do like a 20 eccentric negative with your gym partner. Just lift it up once, hold it for one rep, hold it for as long as you can, and then call it a day. It's a beautiful way to go beyond failure, and a beginner with enough practice can do it as well. But again, all of these techniques, they can only be applied once the basics are there. You need to understand mind-muscle connection, the 4-4 tempo, the form, and only then would you be able to use these techniques. And it's an optimization problem between your resources and your threshold. And you can get better and better at optimizing the resources to reach that threshold. And as you get stronger, you will have to get better and better at it. So one of the easiest way to get better at it is to reduce the volume with which you move weights and try to intensify them. But I think that's the end of leg day. Yeah. Another successful leg day. In the next one, we'll talk about. The next one we have the shoulders and arms, and we'll also talk about the third principle of recovery, and we'll take it from there. Sayonara. Take it easy. Ding 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 ding.